everyone, I'm Cindy Sipe, and you are in my 40-year journey of miracles. Today I want to tell you about the miraculous gift God gave me in my first year of being saved. As you know, I moved here in August of 2003, had gotten saved February 9th of 2002. In between there, Mr. Sipe had divorced me. I was commuting back and forth, listening to the Word of God on the way here and on the way home. It was 3 hours one way. So I got 6 hours of Word in the car. And then a good hour, hour and a half, 2 hours of church and Word from church. So I was flying high in faith. So in my first year, I had mentioned in a clip that I was in and out of temporary work for 7 years. But then God, blessed me. Well, that blessing came in 2004. I received a non-merit position. Now wait, this is miraculous. I have to share how this happened. I was working as a grants manager for Kentucky Emergency Management. I had a good income. But then out of the blue, I received a letter from Governor Fletcher inviting me to interview at a job at the Attorney General's office. Well, I had a job, but then I saw the pay rate and I thought, well, check it out. I'm the Ohioan living in Kentucky and I get a letter from the governor asking me to come and interview for a job. Let me say this. Pride cometh before a fall. But I hadn't learned enough Word to know pride comes before a fall. So what did I do? I chose to go to the interview. Now, the Attorney General had passed me up, but they sent my information over to the Transportation Cabinet. I interviewed for the Communication Coordinator position at the Transportation Cabinet and ended up getting that non-merit position. Now, I left a pretty stable position with the Kentucky Emergency Management, but because one of the biggest cabinets in Frankfort, Kentucky, interviewed me, was interested in me, and offered the position to me. So now again, pride cometh before a fall, but I didn't know that. I hadn't been in the Word long enough to know everything there is. I still don't know everything there is to know. That's why we always go from faith to faith. So I took the non-merit position, not understanding how that whole system worked, because we didn't have that in Ohio. So I was in the non-merit position working for Commissioner Mark Williams as his communication coordinator, doing exactly what they had asked me to do, doing it to the best of my ability and to my understanding, doing it in a way that satisfied them. So after nearly 3 months on this non-merit position, out of nowhere, I was called into the commissioner's office. His administrative assistant joined us. He slid a piece of paper across the desk and he said, "Cindy, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, your services will no longer be needed." I was awestruck. I've never experienced that kind of humility in my life. So I asked, what did I do wrong? "I'm sorry, Cindy, at the end of the day, your services will no longer be needed." Now, you need to understand, I was making a tremendous amount of money. Plus, now remember, pride cometh before a fall. I had told you early on, I had a so-so car, but since I was making all this money, I decided to lease a car. A very nice car. My favorite color was burgundy. So all of a sudden, I lost a job. I couldn't pay a car payment. And then I ended up getting evicted from my home. I was not in a good place. Well, while I was unemployed, I was working various temporary jobs all over Frankfurt, all over Lexington. I've been many places in Kentucky as a temporary. Well, while I was working as a temp, I thought I can do this on my own. I want to start my own company. I had seen in the Word that God gives us gifts. And my gift was going to make room for me and bring me before great men. Now remember, I said, he who's faithful over a few will be ruler over much.